If we went in a time machine back to the time of King David, and we walked out and we asked the people greeting us, take us to Moshiach, to the Messiah, what would they answer? Hi, I'm Rabbi Kravitz from Jews for Judaism. Welcome to our weekly Torah lesson. This week's portion is known as Chayei Sarah. It starts off describing the death and passing of Sara. But it describes it by saying this is the life of Sara. Because even though a person physically dies, their life continues on through the actions of their children and their ancestors. The lesson I want to focus on is the Haftorah, the additional prophetic reading that is connected to this portion. It is the beginning of the first chapter of the book of Kings. And in it, it describes how King David is on his deathbed. And his wife, Bat Sheva, comes to him and asks him to anoint Solomon as the next king. And the reason she did that is because one of David's other sons, Adoniyahu, had already thought that he would be the next king. He started celebrating to announce to the world that he was going to be the next king. But Nathan the prophet came to Bat Sheva and said, your son Solomon was already promised to be the next king. So she went and she beseeched David to anoint Solomon, which he did. And we know that to be a descendant of David, to become Moshiach, to become the Messiah, must come specifically through his son Solomon. So now let's get back to our question. When David said that Solomon would be the next king, he got to the status of being like a king also. So the word Moshiach, anointed, can refer to many different things. It can refer to a king, it can refer to a priest, it can refer to a prophet. And in this case, if we were in the time machine getting out and we said, bring us to your Moshiach, to your anointed one, the answer they would give is, which one? Are you talking about David, who's called Moshiach? Are you talking about Solomon? Are you talking about Nathan, the prophet who's anointed? Or are you talking about the high priest? So we need to realize that when we study the Jewish Bible, the Tanakh, whenever it mentions the word Mashiach, we do not automatically translate it as Messiah. We translate it as anointed, and through the context we determine which individual that is speaking about. But if you want to get a clear picture of what the Messianic Mashiach will be, read the last 4 verses of the 37th chapter of Ezekiel, where it clearly describes the requirements of Mashiach to bring peace and transform the world into a place where everyone recognizes God, the Jews have returned to Israel, and we rebuild the Holy Temple. And we should all pray and hope that this Shabbos will usher in that Messianic time.